apart. No champagne for that almost broken heart. We didn't toast the job you took, the tiny sighs, the sideways look. We just sip wine like time stood still, afraid to name what we might feel. Here's to the words we choke back down, the smiles we wore to hide the frown, to maybe later, and I don't know. To all the love we didn't show, we drank to stars but not to truth. These are the things we never toasted to. No clink for when you met my dad, or when I cried for what we had. No bubbly fizz for quiet grief. You packed your dreams like handkerchiefs. We never stood and raised a glass for the Sunday that would be our last. We made a toast to morning sun, but not tonight. We came undone. We kept it light, we kept it fine, but love, we left it undefined. So here's to the silence between each sip, to your hand pulling back from my slipping grip, to birthdays missed and chances too. To all the things we never toasted to, and if someday you raise your flute, think of me and the uncorked truth. After 9, you had red lips and a crooked line, laughing like you never lied, but your smile had trouble tucked inside.
You sip slow, eyes on the door, like you'd seen this town before, and every word you left unsaid felt like syrup in my head. Got them cherry cola blues, sticky sweet and kinda used, like a tune from a rusty band, spilling love that don't withstand. You fizzed up fast and you were gone, left me with this broken song. Sugar turned to smoking clues, now I'm humming cherry cola blues.
We slow danced near the record racks, your perfume clung like faded tracks. You said boys like you don't last, but hell, I like the ones that crash.
You wore a dress from 39, I swore I'd make your heart break mine, but soda fizzes, lovers fade, you left your straw, I stayed. Got them cherry cola blues, with lipstick, ghost and diner booze. Your goodbye came in 3 small sips, like goodbye scrawled on sugared lips. You played me like a 45 and spun away with someone's life. Now the jukebox just refused to stop playing cherry cola blues. Oh, cherry fizz, you haunt my cup. I drink it down but don't fill up. Love's a flavor too fast to keep, goes down smooth and cut cuts too deep.
I sit where you last leaned, stirring soda, chasing dreams. The waitress I still want the same. I nod and whisper out your name.
The fizz is gone, the glass runs dry, like all good things you let pass by. And in this booth, time always slows, like syrup thick on melted hoe. I got them cherry cola blues, with extra ice and no excuse. You were sweet but didn't stay, just sugar on a holiday. You kiss like summer, left like news. Now I write these downer tunes, every verse just me and you, and this glass of cherry cola blue. Cherry cola and the heart confused, that's the taste of cherry cola blue. Put on your pearls, the moon is low, the sirens hum so soft below. Forget the fire, forget the rain, just take my hand, we'll dance again. The sky may crack, the earth may shake, but love is something stars can't break. So hold me close and let it swirl, a waltz to the end of the world. The windows bloom with candlelight, the world outside has lost its fight, but here within this faded hall, our shadows still know how to fall. 3 steps to sorrow, 1 to grace, your cheek still warm against my face, and as the final wave is hurled, we'll waltz through the end of the world. So spin with me through closing doors, the violins don't play for war. This ballroom may not last till dawn, but love's the last thing fading's drawn. And if the stars forget to shine, your eyes, my dear, will still be mine. As dust and silence come unfurled, we'll waltz through the end of the world. The clock has stopped, the glass is bare, but music lingers in the air. Your breath, the only truth I know, a song that doesn't fear below. No need to cry, no need to pray, just let the waltz take us away. One final turn, one final swirl, we dance through the end of the world. Some meet the end in fear and fire, but we'll go out in soft attire. You in silk and me in shame, but dancing just the same. So kiss me now, the stars are near, and we are all that's left to hear. No need for heaven, no goodbyes, we'll meet the dusk in each other's eyes. And when the seas and skies are curled, just waltz me through the end of the world.
to save me from the storm. I'm not broken, just a little worn. You don't need to be the fire or the fight. Just stay here with me through the night. I'm not asking you to carry my name. I'm not reaching out to shift the blame. All I need is for you to stay true, and I'll keep standing right next to you. Hold my ground, don't let go. Even if the world moves slow, I'll be the stillness in your shake. The one who won't bend, the one who won't break. Hold my ground, and I'll hold yours too. That's what love is supposed to do. We've seen days that crack the sky in two, nights that tested everything we knew. But your voice was the rope I held on tight, and your calm turned wrong into right. This ain't a fairy tale, we both know that, but real love fights back even when it's flat. I don't need vows carved into stone, just your hand when I'm walking alone. Hold my ground when it's dark and cold, when we run out of stories to be told. I'll be your rhythm, I'll be your sound. You'll be the reason I hold my ground. Hold my ground, we're stronger bound. Then by day, behold my ground.
She walked in with a fog and flare, satin dress and perfumed air, red lips curled like she knew the game, the kind of lady don't need no name. Jazz band jumped when she hit the floor, crowd went still like never before. Every trumpet held its breath, she danced like sin, smelled like death. She's satin in the smoke, whispers in the heat, moves like mischief wrapped in gold, in high-heeled swinging beat. She snaps her fingers, the room obeys, turns a sax to a spelling phrase. She don't talk love, she don't need hope, she's just satin in the smoke. No ring, no rules, no second try. She'll break your heart and not ask why. She orders gin with a wink so sly. Bartender melts and so do I. Gossip floats like ashes swirl, but none can match that kind of girl. She dances close but never near, and disappears like chandelier. She's satin in the smoke, velvet in the flame, steps like saxophone solos that never end the same. Every chorus burns too bright, she fades before the final light. You don't own her, nope, 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 she's pure satin in the smoke. just when you think you've got her tuned, she modulates beneath the moon. No coda, no encore, no sweet refrain. She'll leave you echoing her name. Now the night's grown old and thin, the band packs up, lights dim within, but that perfume lingers on like a trumpet solo almost gone. I swear she looked my way and smiled, then vanished like a movie wild. I blinked and all I saw was haze. She left me lost inside the phrase. She's satin in the smoke, and I was just a note, a lyric in her midnight song, a sigh she'll never quote. She came and went like bourbon burns, left me with swing and no returns. Yeah, I'll chase her till I'm broke, that queen of satin in the smoke.
You left in spring with suitcase light, said I need days that don't need night. I let you go, but not the air. It hung with hope you'd still be there. I swept the floor, I changed the sheet, I hid the shoes beneath the seat. But when the wind would softly groan, it sounded like you weren't alone. The window stayed open, though reason said close. The wind brought you whispers, the breeze wore your clothes. I could have latched it, could have moved on, but part of me waited like dusk waits for dawn. I brewed your tea at 4:30, still set 2 cups beside the door. The steam would rise, then drift away, like all the things we meant to say. A book you loved, your coat on chair, I should have cleaned but left them there. Not for the dust, not for the show, but just in case you had to know. The window stayed open through thunder and calm. It let in the silence, it hummed like a song. I swore I'd shut it, swore to be strong, but every night proved that I might be wrong.
She walks like midnight
on a dime. Says nothing twice, but sings in rhyme. Her eyes are warm, her smile is sharp, like honey laced with iron heart. She'll pour you wine, then steal your sleep, whisper truths you'll never keep. She's not the kind you dream to tame, but you won't leave the way you came. She's velvet and vinegar, baby, beware. She'll kiss you soft, then leave you bare. One hand silk and one's a knife. She'll sweet talk sense right out your life. Don't ask for more than just tonight. She's velvet and vinegar wrapped in moonlight. She'll laugh like jazz on broken glass, then vanish slow like bourbon past. Her perfume's firing second thoughts, her lipstick's made of battles fought. You beg for truth, she gives you taste, a touch that burns but won't erase. And when she leaves her name carved softly in your shame. She's velvet and vinegar, don't be a fool. She plays the saint, then breaks the rules. She won't be tamed, she won't be tamed, but you'll go back and call it flame. She smiles like sin and sins just right, velvet and vinegar every night. You thought you knew what danger meant, then she showed up, calm and bent. She loves like shadows on a stage and leaves you older than your age. Velvet and vinegar, sweet and mean, the kind of love that stains you clean. She doesn't beg, she doesn't bind, but once she's gone, she stays in mind. So if you dance, just mind the bite. She's velvet and vinegar and gone by first light.
Painted windows on a rainy street, coloring shadows where memories meet. Amber and blue on the hardwood floor, echo of laughter behind a closed door. The light bends slow like time in retreat, and every pane holds someone I meet. Your face in green, your smile in gold. Through painted windows, I watch love unfold. That corner chair still hums your tune. The dust sways softly like a waltzing moon. Your scarf remains on the windowsill, as if you meant to return and will. The glass wears tears from seasons past, but stained in light they shine like glass. Each color a word we left untold. Through painted windows, the silence is bold. Painted windows, don't forget, they hold the light of each regret. They frame the things we used to be, in brushstrokes hung where no one sees. days. The past looks soft when seen this way, through painted windows of yesterday. I sit and watch the amber fade, a slow parade of love mislaid. No photos hung, no clocks that chime, just pains that hold the shape of time. And sometimes when the morning sighs, I catch a blink of your goodbye, still stained in rose and marigold. Through painted windows, you never grow old. Painted windows, quiet and still, they shimmer warm and sometimes chill. The light they cast is never new, but always looks a bit like you. So let the day slip soft and slow through painted windows of long ago.
She wore September in her hair, like rusted gold in morning air. A denim coat, a paperback, and all the world upon her back. She sang of rivers and not of roads, of whispered truths no mirror showed. She left her footprints on the dew and vanished like the season knew. She danced in rain like it was fire, and never bowed to any choir. She spoke of love the way birds do, with silence wrapped in shades of blue. She stayed until the leaves turned red, then smiled and simply shook her head. You can't keep fall, she softly said. You only learn to feel instead. She wore September like a crown, and disappeared when winds blew down. She never asked for hands to hold. She wore the dusk like strands of gold. I tried to write her into lines, but seasons never stay confined. She sketched the sun on window panes, and traced it out in charcoal rain. She read my palms, then closed my hand, and left me just a strand of sand. Some women bloom and some remain. She was the thunder after rain, a ghost in boots, a songbird wild, September's fire in a child. I waded deep into the frost for one last echo I had lost, but autumn only leaves behind the kind of ache you learn to find. She wore September, then she fled, like poems no one ever read. And though I've tried, I've never known a love that doesn't turn to stone. But still I feel her every year, when fall returns and she draws near. She wore September
she disappears.
He stood on the corner of Baker and Rye, with 10 faded umbrellas and rain in his eye. His cot made of wood, his sign carved by hand. He offered some cover, but few seemed to understand. He wore the same coat for 44 years, had jokes for the children and tea for the dears. But ask him of love, he'd just smile and reply, it passes like clouds when the wind wanders by. He watched young lovers hide from the storm, sharing cheap vinyl to keep their hearts warm. He saw breakups bloom like puddles at feet, and tearful goodbyes at the edge of the street. One girl returned every March with a frown to buy the same red one her man left in town. He never asked questions, just nodded and said, it's better to rain than to burn it instead. Oh, the man who sold umbrellas knew more than he'd share, of kisses in alleys and silent despair. He covered the secrets that thunder can't hide, then folded them gently and set them aside. He stood in the drizzle like part of the day. The man who sold umbrellas in the gray. One winter he vanished, no warning or word, just steam in the street and pigeons disturbed. But someone once swore they saw him in Rome, with a girl in white lace and no plans to come home. They say now and then when the clouds start to moan, a man with old shoes and a cane walks alone. He tips his worn hat and hums with the breeze, and offers you shelter without any fees. Yes, the man who sold umbrellas still lives in the mist, where forgotten goodbyes and first kisses exist. He traded in sorrow and waded through pain, then gave you a smile and walked off in the rain. Some love sells roses, some give bouquets. He sold umbrellas in quiet grace.
The highway bends like a southern sigh, and cotton clouds fill up the sky. I passed the church where we once swayed, to voices low and hearts that prayed. Now every sign, each whispered breeze, brings back the ghost of you to me. You're in the soil and willows weep, you're still right here where Georgia sleeps. The diner's gone, but I recall you dancing barefoot down the hall. Your laughter echoed through the pines like gospel sung out loud and blind. I thought I left, but truth runs deep. Some loves don't fade, they only sleep. You're in the wind, in rusted heaps. You never left where Georgia sleeps. Georgia ain't a place, it's a name I breathe. It's your voice that lingers on the autumn leaves. No train of time could ever keep my heart from where Georgia sleeps. I saw your porch light flicker on, but it was dusk and you were gone. Still I sat down on that step and thanked you for the love you left. Some places hold what words can't keep. Some people haunt us soft and sweet. You're not alive in dates or deeds. You're made of air where Georgia sleeps. I close my eyes, you hum that tune, the one we danced to in late June. And for a breath, I'm not alone. This broken road still leads me home. Georgia's in the hush of nightfall deep, in magnolias that bloom while we weep. And though I left, my soul still keeps a place for you where Georgia sleeps. She didn't shout, she didn't cry, just played a chord, then passed me by. A lonely phrase, too sharp to hold, a goodbye wrapped in black and gold. The band looked down, the crowd just stared, while notes kept hanging in the air. No letter left, no words to say, just F sharp minor walked away. She left in song, in scale, in line, a jazz that doesn't fit with mine. But now each tune I try to find just echoes back what she left behind. She left in song, in scale, in line, jazz that doesn't fit with mine. But now each tune I try to find just echoes back what she left behind.
I didn't cry when you walked away. I knew some love just isn't meant to stay, but that doesn't mean it wasn't true. What we had still lives in me and you. We said goodbye with grace, not flame. No shattered glass, no one to blame. And though we've turned to separate skies, you still move gently through my mind. I'm still loving you quietly, not in songs, not in dreams, just silently. I don't speak your name, I don't chase the past, but I hold what we had like stained glass. Yes, I'm still loving you quietly. I see your smile in a stranger's face, in every song that time won't erase. And though you'll never come back home, I've made peace with being alone. Some loves don't burn, they glow inside. They light the corners we try to hide. I don't need to make it known, but my heart remembers where you've grown. Still loving you with no regret, even if you've long forget. You were a chapter, soft and true, and I keep that page tucked into view. Yes, I'm still loving you quietly. Oh, you won't hear it in a song, you won't find it where we went wrong, but it's there quietly. Still loving you.
The kettle still sings at 9:15. The same little bird taps the telephone line. The roses I planted have started to climb. They're taller than me now, but that's just fine. I make toast for one with the butter too cold, and I hum our old song like a story retold. I never did paint that hallway wall, but the cracks kinda sparkle when the sunlight falls. The grocery clerk smiles like he always knew that I used to laugh a bit more with you. The garden is quiet but starting to bloom,
and your coffee mug still lives in my room. I walk every evening past Maple and Third, where we kissed that one time without saying a word. The neighbor just moved with a dog that won't bark. He stares like he knows I still light that spark. These are postcards from a quiet life, with nothing dramatic, no noise, no fight, just me in the shadows and soft kitchen light. And the how are you doing, I'll never quite write. If love is a novel, then this is the spine, the still, steady pages between every line. It rained for 3 days, but I didn't feel blue. Just pulled out a sweater that still smells like you. The mailman forgot, but I didn't mind. I've got your old letters to read one more time. The calendar turned, but the days are the same. I water the basil, I whisper your name. Sometimes at night when the wind is just right, I swear that I see you in hallway light. So here's one more postcard, just thoughts in the breeze, folded like laundry or prayers on my knees. No heartbreak, no drama, just echoes that stay in a life that moves softly since you went away. And if you should wonder how I've survived, I send you these postcards from a quiet life. Na, na, na. Na, 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 na.
She sang like silk torn at the seam, a velvet's tragedy, a broken dream. Her voice like smoke around your chest, a lullaby let rest. She loved with eyes that knew too much, and hearts were glass beneath her touch. Each verse she bled was lined in blue, At 4:30, as shadows lean, I warm the cups and wipe them clean. 2 spoons, 2 chairs, the sugar's light. I still make tea for you each night. The kettle sings a softer song. It knows you've been away too long. But still I stir and still I toast a cup for me and tea for the ghost. Your chair remains, your napkin too, a folded square of pale soft blue. I place your saucer just so right and speak to air that holds you tight. Some days I swear you lift the steam and sip inside a distant dream. You always like the leaves the most, so I brew them strong. Tea for the ghost. And love, it doesn't die, it dims like candlelight when twilight swims. You left but left the porcelain, and I keep pouring now and then. They say move on, but I still host an empty chair and tea for the ghost. I tell you stories soft and low about the garden, rain or snow. I laugh alone, but not quite so. You nod in silence, and I know the tea goes cold, but I don't mind. I drink to what we left behind, and every evening, like a toast, I raise my cup. Tea for the ghost. 1 lump of sugar, none for me. You always liked your tea set free. I taste the past in every sip, your memory upon my lip. The world moved on, but I still post 1 final pour. Tea for the ghost.
Stir the soup, I set the flame. We dance in socks, we play no game. You hum in Portuguese, off key and free. It rains in the recipe. You break the bread, I pour the wine. Outside the wind draws crooked lines. No sun required, no grand marquee, just rain in the recipe. It's not just spice, it's not just sweet. It's tears we share and wet bare feet. It's clinking cups and slow c'est la vie. 'Cause rain's always in the recipe. A pinch of pain, a spoon of doubt, a soft don't leave we laugh about. It simmers slow, it sets us free. Rain in the recipe. You say too much salt, I say too bold, but somehow warmth still takes hold. We burn the toast, we spill the tea, still rain in the recipe. The thunder's soft, the lights go dim. You hum a verse from some old hymn, and though the sky forgets to see, it knows this recipe. Kiss my cheek, then taste the stew. We've built a meal from just us two. No need for sunshine guarantee. We've got rain in the recipe. Don't need perfection, don't need blue skies. We're not afraid when tear clouds rise. The flavor's deep, the rhythm's key, because love, my dear, takes rain to be. So pass the time, hold on to me. Let's keep that rain in the recipe.
The sky's the same, the trees still grow, the rivers hum their steady flow. But since you came, it's all brand new. The world changed color because of you. The morning light feels like a gift. The quiet dusk begins to shift. I see the stars not far above. I see it all through your love. This is the world you gave me, not with diamonds, not with gold, but with your voice, your warmth, your peace. You turned my story back to hope. This is the world you gave me, a place where even pain feels safe, and I will thank you every day for the world you gave. The laughter of a child, a passing breeze, the way the sunlight hits the leaves. I never saw the little things until you showed me what they mean. Some don't get the words they need to say how love can plant a seed, but you just stayed and somehow grew. World around me, soft and true. This is the world you gave me, where I can breathe, where I belong. You turned the silence into song and made the weak inside me strong. This is the world you gave me, and I will carry it on. I see trees and skies and stars above, but most of all I see your love.
She walks in like midnight rain, perfume trail and soft as pain, eyes like smoke, lips crimson deep. She don't make promises she plans to keep. Silk dress hugging curves like fate, sips her gin a second late. The room leans in with bated breath, and every glance stares dancing with death. But the drummer knows the trumpet weeps, the past don't die, it only sleeps. And if you fall for good, just like a saxophone would. Whispers at the Cotton Club, where lies wear lace and lovers' blood. Each note hides a scar so sweet. In every slow, forbidden beat, you can lose your soul in just one touch. Down where whispers talk too much. She winks at men with buried sins, and the upright bass begins to spin. His wedding ring stays in his coat, but she plays him like a bluebird note. In a shadowed booth, two dames conspire, their cigarettes lit from the same fire. The bartender knows all your truths, but he won't trade them, not for youth. 'Cause hearts ain't safe on cobbled floors, where swing meets sin behind closed doors. And secrets dress in patent shoes, then dance away in twos. Whispers at the Cotton Club, where shame gets poured into every cup. The music masks the things unsaid, and kisses burn like jazz-fed lead. Don't ask for truth, don't ask for much, just dance to whispers soft as touch. One night I asked her, what's your game? She smiled slow, never gave a name. She said, baby, all of this is play, and hearts were made to give away. The horn let out a crooked cry, as if it knew we'd say goodbye. But still I stayed, though I knew the cost, for in her gaze I saw what I lost.
In a cottage of stone where the ivy has grown, lives a widow who speaks when she's quite alone. She stirs the black tea, she hums through the chill, and whispers to someone who never sits still. The townsfolk just nod and pass her with care, but swear they've heard laughter that comes from the air. Her curtains blow back like the start of a sigh. The wind comes to visit when no one walks by. She once had a man with a voice made of oak, who carved her his vows in the shade where they spoke. He left with a coat and the salt in his lungs, never returned when the cannon was rung. But she hears him still in the knock of the pane, when the fire is low and she calls out his name. She says, darling, the tea's grown cold again too, and the wind replies like he used to do. The wind and the widow, they dance in the dark, one made of memory, one made of spark. No priest, no mourner, no gravestone in view, but love doesn't end when the body is through. Some hold to candles
while some cling to rings. She holds to the hush and the whisper it brings. They found her one spring with a smile and a note. It read, "He's come home," in the breeze through my coat. The chair by the window was facing the field, and all through the garden the wind never stilled. Now sometimes at dusk, when the church bell is low, a shadow moves soft where the white lilies grow, and villagers pause with a tilt of the head. That's the widow, they say, still talking to Ned. The wind and the widow, strange pair they remain, one made of longing, one made of rain. But listen, dear child, next time night is thin, you might hear them waltzing an old violin. Not all who have parted are truly alone. Some dance with the wind and find their way home.
I used to see the world in black and white, a quiet blur beneath the city lights. But then you looked at me that way, and color slowly found its place. The morning's warmer when you say my name. The air feels light and never quite the same. You don't speak in poetry or prose, but somehow love is what you show. Through your eyes the sky feels near, the noise fades out when you are here. I never knew the world could glow until your gaze told me so. Through your eyes I see it clear, that love was always waiting here. Never asked for something so divine. I never thought your soul would mirror mine. But now your heartbeat calms my doubt, and I forget what pain's about. No grand confession, no rehearsed line, just the quiet magic in your eyes. No need for promises in stone. I know I'm safe when I'm alone with you. Through your eyes I find my name, not lost in time, not washed in rain. The way you see me makes me whole. You see the fire beneath the coal. Through your eyes I finally see patiently.
You and I, booth number 3, red vinyl cracked just like me. We'd share a slice with one old fork. You'd steal the cream, I'd let you talk. The waitress knew she'd smile and pour. We danced in crumbs across the floor. But now the bell above the door just rings for folks who want much more. No one orders cherry pie. No one laughs the way we try. No one scribbles hearts in steam. No one asks what whipped cream means. They order toast, they check their phones. They eat in silence, each alone. But once, oh once, it made me high that someone shared my cherry pie. You liked it warm, I liked it tart. We both agreed it matched your heart. You said this place will see us old, but sugar dreams aren't built for cold. The cook still hums that buddy's song. The booth still creaks, the shifts are long. But ever since you said goodbye, the crust don't flake, the spark won't fly. No one orders cherry pie. It sits behind the glass and sighs, like memories in plastic wrap, like old love songs that lose their snap. The syrup's thick, the color bold, but stories spoil when left untold. And I just stir and wonder why no one wants that cherry pie. Last week a girl came in at 2, sat in our booth just like you do. She asked the waitress, "What's that red?" She said, "No one orders that instead." No one orders cherry pie. It's just a ghost behind the rye. But I still glance and hope one day someone will smile and softly say, "I'll take a slice and maybe 2, the way you did when love was new." Till then I'll wait and watch time lie where no one orders cherry pie.
She danced with the moon in the garden alone, in slippers of silver, in silence and stone. The roses all bent in a delicate swoon when she danced with the moon. No partner in sight, no music to hear, yet somehow her rhythm was perfectly clear. A shadow in lace, a breeze out of tune, she danced with the moon. The neighbors would whisper she's lost in a spell, but none could explain what she never would tell. A widow, a dreamer, a ghost out of June. No one knew why she danced with the moon.
Some nights she would twirl as if lifted by strings, her dress catching starlight like radiant wings. No footsteps, no echo, no earthly balloon, just a waltz with the moon. She danced with the moon, not with time or regret. Her tears had all dried, but she'd not forgotten yet. Each turn held a name, each sway held a